Science is the poetry of reality. Hello, grade 10 learners. This is teacher Rosalyn and welcome to Science class.
So we are now on the Quarter 1, Module 3, Processes that occur along plate boundaries. For Lesson 1, Geological processes in the different types of convergent plate boundaries. For Lesson 2, different processes taking place at a divergent plate boundary and their effects. And for Lesson 3, we have the transform fault boundary and San Andreas fault.
Some of the most dramatic changes on Earth's crust, like mountain ranges, new islands, or earthquakes, occur on the plate boundaries. So there are 3 types of plate boundaries. Can you still remember the 3 types of plate boundaries?
We have the convergent plate boundary, divergent plate boundary, and transform plate boundary. Convergent plate boundary occurs when 2 plates collide. There are 3 types of convergent plate boundaries. When the plate of oceanic crust collide with the plate of continental crust, the oceanic crust will move downward, or that is the subduction process. The magma from the melted oceanic crust rises to the surface, and the result is volcano along the boundary. We have also the convergence of 2 oceanic crusts. The older and denser plate subducts under the younger plate, and as a result, the crust melts and creates an island arc. It will also cause formation of trenches, and these trenches will become sources of earthquakes. Underwater earthquakes, especially the stronger ones, can generate tsunamis. The third one is the convergence between 2 continental plates. This occurs when 2 plates of continental plates collide. They buckle and thicken, and this causes mountain ranges to form. Converging continental plates result in a collision zone, which could cause shallow earthquakes. At that place, a crack called fault is formed. The convergence will result in a group of landforms that we call mountain ranges. We have the second type of plate boundary, the divergent plate boundary. When 2 plates move away from each other, the separation allows the stenosphere to rise towards the surface and partially melt. This melting creates magma which erupts as lava, and then the lava cools and hardens to create new rock, an ocean floor, or new continental crust. The spreading rate at these ridges may vary from 2 to 20 centimeters per year. Although a very slow process, divergence of plates ensures a continuous supply of new materials from the mantle. Mid-Atlantic Ocean Ridge is an example of a spreading center which causes the divergence of the South American plate and the African plate. Boundary between the African plate and Arabian plate in the Red Sea is another example. The third type is the transform fault plate boundary. It occurs when 2 plates slide past each other horizontally. When the plates move next to each other, they do not go along smoothly. Instead, they scrape each other in a series of sudden slippages across the rock, and this can be felt as earthquakes. Unlike the other type of boundaries, transform fault plate boundary generally do not produce magma. The San Andreas fault is the major transform fault plate boundary. So we have the 3 types of plate boundaries: the convergent plate boundary, divergent plate boundary, and transform fault plate boundary.
That's all for today, and you can now start answering the assigned activities on your module. Again, this is teacher Rosalyn saying, success is a science if you have the condition to get the result. Bye-bye! Happy learning!